All right, welcome to the Sports Guys. We are coming to you after a momentous night. The Carolina Hurricanes, they did it. They did the exact thing Rob and I both said was going to happen. Carolina in 6, played fantastic the last 3 games. I was a little nervous when they went down 2-1, but they really showed they were the better team those last couple games. And Raleigh is absolutely on fire right now,
Yeah.
building up towards a citywide parade on Saturday, which is going to be really fun. How you doing, Robbie?
Yep. We're gonna go to that. I'm doing great. Doing great. Got my kit on, my jersey,
Nice.
and been walking on clouds all day.
Me
It's
too.
been an incredible run through the playoffs. Got to enjoy the game last night with the boys, and we all went crazy. And they jumped on top of me, and I recorded it. It was so much fun.
It was fun.
Those will be memories we have forever. So that's cool. Really excited about it.
So
Canes really came through.
any memories of the 2006 championship 20 years ago? Rod Brind'Amour, the current coach, was a player on that team. He scored 8 goals in the finals in that series, was
Yeah.
named the MVP, and then 20 years later, you couldn't even write this in a Hollywood movie. 20 years later, he's the coach and they win it again. It's crazy.
I know. The main things I remember are just that Cam Ward was a rookie and he won the Conn Smythe and he was phenomenal. And they replaced their goaltender with him, and that was kind of a big deal. And it kind of reminded me of this. So there were a lot of parallels to this run that they had a strong veteran captain who was scoring a lot of goals and a young goalie who took over from a veteran and was one of the most important pieces on the team. Obviously, Cam Ward was considered the most important back then, but I think Brind'Amour was every bit as much. So very unusual parallels that are so strong, but
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I remember mostly is there were a lot of great players on that team, but the ones that stuck out were Brind'Amour and Cam Ward.
I think that was a great team. I loved watching Brind'Amour, loved watching Cam Ward. That whole run was fantastic too.
Yeah.
There are a lot of parallels. I'm not sure which team is better if you kind of put them in the same context with the league that they had at the time versus the one now. But I have to say this run was particularly impressive. In a lot of ways, reminded me of Virginia's 2019 run after they had bombed out the year before, because Virginia for many, many years was winning the ACC in basketball. This hockey team, every single year the last 6 seasons, came in essentially the favorite in the East and had these great regular seasons, and they would flame out in the playoffs. And it was usually because of goaltending and usually because of just untimely mistakes at the wrong time. Did you see this coming? I mean, at the beginning of the year, we did our preview show. Did you see they could make this kind of run and actually win the cup?
I wish I could say yes because I did call that they'd win in 6 once they got into the playoffs. But I have to admit, I'm dealing with the PTSD of 8 years of disappointments in the playoffs. And until I saw it, I actually was walking at the lake today, that I do the 2 mile loops. And it kind of hit me that for some reason it crystallized in my mind thoughts that I had already had. But it, I realized that anytime you're in the middle of losing painfully in the playoffs, you could be building something special and you don't know it yet.
Mhm.
And I thought about the Spurs, you know, what they just went through, gut-wrenching loss, etc. And then there are many other examples, many teams who had the disappointing loss, couldn't quite get over the hump. Maybe they had players they were playing against that they just couldn't handle. They need to go in the weight room. They need to do some reflection. They need to take a look. And here's the most beautiful part about what the Canes did over the last 8 years of losing, unexpectedly or in a lot of cases, they were considered favorites a lot of the time. And they would lose, in the second round, third round, championship rounds, whatever. Um, they were constantly building towards this moment. So it was an 8 year build where twists and turns in the road with certain players, but you build it and the pain becomes the fuel. You know,
Hmm.
the
It
pain
does.
oftentimes becomes the fuel that your guys will just go all out with. And I think that's what created the resiliency, the because they just didn't want to have the script go that way again. They
Hmm.
almost willed it to happen. And that's what made them so vicious. And I think they wore down the Golden Knights because they couldn't, it was like a vampire. They couldn't kill them. You know,
Hmm.
they couldn't take them out no matter what they did. There were times they had the Canes, you know, dead to rights, especially in game three. And they fought all the way back and took it to double overtime. And I think that game was a turning point. Not only did they switch goalies, and that gave the Canes juice, but I think it showed the Golden Knights that we just can't knock these guys out. Like they'll
Hmm.
never stop. They'll never stop. And I think that came from the fuel of all the pain of all those years of losing. And
Hmm.
I think there were enough veterans who were around, especially Martinook and Staal, but also Brind'Amour himself. And a lot of these players sort of chronicled it over the years, watching it happen. Some
Hmm.
of them were a part of it all. And they came in and they wanted to change the narrative, you know?
Hmm.
So basically, what I'm trying to say is that a lot of times you're in the middle of building something you're unaware of, even though you're working toward it. Sometimes you actually are building it. You are building a winning machine that can go all the way. And I think that's what happened. They kept believing in it until it finally happened. And that's amazing. And I think that
There,
speaks to the leadership they have.
there are literally like 30 great stories coming out of this Hurricanes team, and there's
Yeah.
some great stories coming out of the Vegas team too.
Yeah.
But what's your favorite story? Is it the Brind'Amour story that you couldn't write in a script? Is it Jordan Staal winning so many years later after his first one when he was a really young player, comes all the way back, wins the MVP, just played unbelievable in front of the net the entire series? Is it, a guy like Aho who has stuck in there with his franchise even when it, didn't look like they were ever going to win a championship? He just kept hanging on. Is it Svechnikov? Is it, Brandon Bussey who comes in a pressure situation and carries them the rest of the way? Is it an Anderson who stayed with this program all these years? I mean, it just, there's so many countless stories. Which one's your favorite?
I really have to say all those stories are cool. And being a Carolina fan, it's very easy for me to just love this one and then love that one and throw this player into and let's learn more about that guy. But I think the most compelling story is the Rod Brind'Amour, Jordan Staal parallel.
Me too.
I think that's the most compelling story because you had a captain who led them through all those years of misery of losing unexpectedly in the playoffs, and they were deemed, you know, a regular season team not to be taken seriously in the playoffs because they had so many years of losing, and they fought so hard. They have the just this gutsy way of playing that takes on the personality of their coach, and it parallels a lot about what their coach did back in 2006. You know, the Canes were gritty, and Brind'Amour made them get over the top and hold the cup up, and watching Stahl hold the cup up, it really reminded me of Brind'Amour. And so watching the full circle of it all was really incredible, I think. And to watch this incredible leader. I mean, this story would be different if the Canes didn't have a veteran leader like Stahl. If it was just a bunch of young guys who pulled it off, it
Yeah.
wouldn't tell the same way as
Mhm.
there being a parallel figure to Brind'Amour's victory a long time ago. So
The hidden
that's
heroes here also, if you think about it, is the general manager should be given huge credit. He made a bunch of mid-season adjustments that really paid off
yeah,
with
yeah,
Stankoven and Hall and all these fantastic players. Miller. I don't know
yeah,
what, if you give him the GM trophy right now, but he was fantastic. And then the owner, he's only owned the team for 9 years, but the things he's done with his franchise already,
yeah.
and now
He's
he's
built.
bidding to try to get an MLB team in Raleigh, but he's gone to this
Yeah.
small city and he's completely made this team a championship level franchise to the point where I just saw in Kalshi this morning, they're projecting Carolina to repeat in 2027. Now, that's way too early, and there
Way
could
too
be
early.
injuries, but
I
the
thought
fact that
about it
they're
this morning. Wouldn't you retire if you were Stahl? I would. It's not going to
yeah,
get better than winning the cup and winning the Conn Smythe. Like,
but your biggest point about why you thought it was Carolina in six, and I agreed with you, was they are the deepest team in hockey,
yeah,
and
you could see
so
it.
you can imagine they're going to bring back a really good core next year, whether Stahl stays or not.
You could see unfolding what was obvious going in. So it was wild because you could see the the pressure mounting on the Golden Knights and their inability to shake off being tired and wave after wave of Hurricanes lines coming at them. And you could see them just wearing down the goalie. There was nowhere to turn for them. They didn't have a serious, viable backup. He was okay, but they didn't feel comfortable turning to him
And he
for a
really didn't play
spark.
well the last couple of games. He didn't.
He
He,
played well last night, but the three previous games he really didn't play great, especially the turning point. I think the turning point in the series was game three. Game one, Carolina got out to a fast start at home, and then the Golden Knights came back and beat them 5-4. That was a huge game to drop the ball. That was a very shocking result, and really woke the Canes up. The second game, the Canes won. It was real tough. It was an overtime game, 4-3 at home. They escaped with 1-1. Not great, but okay. Then the third game was the turning point. Even though they lost the game, a lot of things magical happened in that game that made the Canes, I think they broke the will of, and I think the Golden Knights would
even though they
argue
lost
against
that
it.
game, that's what's
Yeah,
crazy.
they would argue against it, but that's what I saw. I saw a team with the Golden Knights that went up 4-0 very easily, by the way. They were scoring at will, getting breakaways, and just
And
Marner was
Anderson
going
got pulled.
wild.
Yep.
Marner was going wild. And yeah, at the end of the period, they came back out and Bussy was in. And so they were very conscious of not embarrassing Anderson. So they didn't make him do the skate of shame. They did it at the end of a period that was very respectful, I think.
Hmm.
But they felt like they needed a shift. And actually, Anderson took a shot to the head, said that his knee was hurting. So he was in pain. So I think that made it easier for them as opposed to just pulling somebody who was
Hmm.
perfectly healthy, but that they weren't feeling good about. So the fact that he had a little bit of health issue made the change easier, but
Hmm.
they still did it at the end of a period, beginning of the next period. And then the Canes proceeded to score 3 goals in 39 seconds, which was the fastest in playoff history,
Hmm.
and fought all the way back and got one more goal and made it tied. Went into the overtime. I don't think the Golden Knights could believe it. I mean,
And
they
Bussy
thought
kept
that,
him in the game with some great saves in that period.
yeah, Bussy
His
was
first
good,
action.
and he had 18 saves in that game, and he didn't even
Hmm.
play. He only played maybe half of it. No, a little
Hmm.
over half of it. So we'll know more than that because it was double overtime. But he played a lot of that game. But Bussy gave them a belief that they had an athletic goalie who was gonna, you know, keep them in it no matter what and dive all over the place,
Hmm.
stand on his head. And they fought all the way back, got into double overtime, and then lost it. But I think they learned a lot from that, that both teams learned a lot about the Hurricanes in that game, which is they're never going to stop. They're never going to give up. They're never going to quit. And they're going to
Hmm.
keep coming until
And you saw
the
a
series is
building
over.
process after that period. You saw they tied it up, but they did lose.
Yeah.
But then the next game, they won the next game. And you
Yep.
could see Vegas was starting to wear down and Carolina was starting to build. And it was like they were getting
Exactly.
better. They got better and better. Game five, they were better.
Yeah.
Game six, they were better. And it
Game
was,
4, 5, and 6, you saw a trajectory of massive improvement on the defensive side. I
mhm.
saw incredible defensive improvement throughout the hole. And then
Hmm.
anytime there would be any kind of breakaway or good opportunity, Bussy came up huge. So he didn't need to do that many, but when it was needed, he was money.
There was
And
about four
so
or five times in those games he had to stone them, that it was wide open. You're right. He
correct.
stoned them 4 or 5 times.
He stoned them.
Yeah.
And by the way, Carter Hart wasn't.
I know.
When something similar would happen,
I did
the
see that.
Canes would score. So they kind of broke the will.
Mhm.
I think if they played again, um, the Canes would beat them 3-0 2 out of 3 times.
All right, let's do a call out for our sponsor for tonight. And that's DoorDash. We really love DoorDash. We've been partnering with them for a number of months now. I know that Robbie, for the first time this weekend, I actually used it to do grocery shopping for me. I'd never
There you
done that
go.
before. I shopped online for groceries and I had DoorDash deliver it, and it was really cool how it worked. How do you guys use and enjoy DoorDash?
We love it. I've talked about it before, but it's really important to take a look at what you need in life. And when you have tools like DoorDash, what a great service they provide. We do everything from getting, food delivered at the pool, our local pizzas or whatever, and then we'll do some grocery shopping. And honestly, about once every 8 days, we have cases of water door dashed to our front porch, and I just bring them inside, and that's how
Mhm.
my family gets water. We get like 8 cases, 10 cases of water at a time, and somebody else brings it, and it's such a convenience. It's so much easier than going to the store and lugging them. And so
Mhm.
there's so many uses for DoorDash. It's too many to list, but it is so convenient. They have very nominal fees. It's not a heavy price attached to it.
Mhm.
It's really reasonable, extremely efficient ordering from DoorDash. It comes
Mhm.
quickly. The food's still hot and groceries arrive. It's so convenient. We just love it, and I can't recommend it enough.
It is a great service. You can use it for almost anything now, whether it's an individual meal, whether you want to order breakfast, whether you want to do groceries like I did this weekend. It's really a convenient service. So, guys, check out DoorDash. Go to DoorDash.com. You can download their app and use it that way. Really convenient, really speedy, and you'll really enjoy the people that work for DoorDash. They're really great.
Yeah, they do a good job. They made it really easy to use their service. You can go in, select all your favorite local shops and whatever, and it's so good. I really recommend it.
So, go check it out tonight, and we'll see you next time. Mhm.
I think
Absolutely.
if the series continued, like it was best of 9 or it was they would just
So,
keep winning, and then Golden Knights would win one every now and then. But I think that clearly they had unlocked the mystery of strong defense. And I'll tell you what I saw was incredible defense last night. The
unbelievable.
defense finally reached the highest level I had
It
seen them
did.
play in the playoffs. You had Slavin poking the puck out of there. And by the way, that wasn't even the extent of it. Go look back at video of the game and watch all the back checking that was going on.
Hmm.
All the attackers were coming back right behind their guy skating in, and he
Hmm.
had nowhere to go. He had Slavin poking the stick out, and he had two guys bearing down on him from behind.
And there was no
Each
one to
time
pass to.
there was
Yeah.
nowhere to go with the puck.
Mhm.
They it wasn't an accident that they had very few shots. Um,
Mhm.
the Canes also had some good fortune. I mean, Eichel hit a post that should have been a
Mhm.
goal,
Mhm.
and there was a couple other times where, of
And he
course,
didn't have the series we were expecting. I mean, he could have easily had a better series, which he
yep,
didn't.
that's right.
He's a great player. Obviously,
But
Marner
I
really hurt us in a couple of games. Marner's a fantastic player, but uh,
but I really think what happened was a series of things happened, but one of the important things that happened was Staal was having such a good series that they had to put their best defender in constantly. What happened was they started to, because Jordan Staal was having such a good series, they had to adjust and put McNabb on his line, and it totally took McNabb off his game. And Stahl was beating McNabb. Yeah, there were goals where he would beat McNabb to the goal mouth, and he'd tip it in. And
Hmm.
so that was a one-on-one where the Canes really won that one. And McNabb's
He
one of the
had some
best.
of the sweetest tip-ins I've ever seen in
Yeah.
playoff hockey. It was incredible, some of his tip-ins in front.
McNabb's one of the best defenders in hockey. I think Slavin is top three and McNabb's like top six.
Hmm.
But he couldn't handle the kind of series that Staal was having. So anyway, that was significant because our defensive grinding captain, who is extremely good example for our younger guys, led really well, became an offensive weapon that they couldn't
Hmm.
handle because of his size and his speed. He's really a quick skater for a huge guy like that. And usually the big guys are not fast like Ehlers. He's like lightning out
Hmm.
there. He's not as big. Um,
You know, I think you and I are becoming pretty good hockey analysts because I was listening to the panel last night after the game. Mark Messier was saying the same thing you and I've been saying, that a lot of teams look at this Carolina team with four lines the way they have it. They're so deep. The way they skate, they just outskate you. You can't
yeah.
skate with them. So he said, you look at the Montreal series, the one before this, where all they were trying to do is create a defensive shell and poke at the puck and try to get
Mm.
breakaways. And that's how they were
And
scoring.
try and get
And
counterattack. Yeah.
and that's exactly what was happening in this series. You had in the games Vegas won, they were getting the poke out and the counterattack. That was the only way they could score. 5-on-5, they couldn't compete. They just can't
No,
skate with Carolina. It doesn't seem like anybody
no.
can.
I remember early on you said, "Wow, it looks like they're so fast, the Golden
Yeah,
Knights."
they're just
And I said,
unbelievable.
"Well, no, Carolina's the faster skating team." But the reason that early on that the Golden Knights looked like the better team was they were more physical. And so
Hmm.
they were negating the speed with just forechecking all over the place. I was looking at
Hmm.
stats earlier, and the amount of hits the Knights had on the Canes um, in game one was 35 to 26. Really good forechecking. And then the Canes flipped it in their second game where they won 25 to 46. So they got the message after game one. They got a lot more physical in game two. And they won that one in overtime. They gutted it out, so to speak.
The other thing I
But
told you
then,
though is in 5-on-5, I didn't think anybody could compete with them. And that's what I said at the beginning of the playoffs. And you
yeah,
look at this situation, it was crazy. It was almost as if they were on the power play almost the entire game when they were just in 5-on-5 situations.
I know.
And when Vegas couldn't figure out a way to poke check the puck out of their possession, they would just pass it around, pass it around, pass it around until they got a tip in from Jordan Staal. It was just they were
Yeah.
just dominant.
Yeah, I know. But but the Knights, when they won, they were a lot more physical than the Canes. And when the Canes could match that physicality and maybe even surpass it, they won. So it was really a physicality thing because the physicality of the Knights took away the speed of the Canes. As soon as they were just as physical, they looked faster and just as physical. And that's when I think Carolina started to dominate. And so in game three, the Knights went back to dominating the physicality. Hits were 44 to 66.
Hmm. Yeah.
So they were hitting way more. And that's the turning point though, because that was the last time that they were truly a lot more physical.
But
And
do you think other coaching staffs, when they're doing the film study preparing for the Canes in all four of these series, that they were looking at and thinking to themselves, we can't skate with these guys? I mean, they were just being realistic. We've got
yeah,
to muck it up. We got to mix it up. We got to forecheck. We need to back check. We need to, poke it out of their stick. We need to do everything we
well,
can to try to even things up because we're not going to be able to skate with this team.
yeah, I mean, I think if anyone can, it's the attackers for the Knights are pretty fast. I mean,
Mhm.
there are teams that could kind of hang with them, but not four lines worth of
Mhm.
fast skaters. And that's where the Hurricanes' advantage was. And that's why in a long series, I think the Canes are going to get stronger when other teams are going to weaken. And I think
Mhm.
that's exactly what happened in that. I think we were so much stronger than some of the previous series, whether it was Ottawa or anything else. Everyone
I mean,
keeps talking
Rob,
about how good Ottawa is. but I thought the Canes were way better than Ottawa. I mean, like
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't think that was that
crushed them.
close.
Mhm. You
And
know, it's interesting.
Flyers were even worse.
They won the cup, and they had a first line, the Canes, that did not have a good playoffs. I mean, let's be honest. They really
Well,
kind of disappeared most of the series. I know they're playing the best defenders, all of that, but you have to
that's
expect
it.
these guys are all-star players, and they really, until game 5 and 6, they kind of disappeared, and they still won the
Yeah.
cup. That's how deep they
So
are.
so line one is not dramatically better than line four. In other teams, line one and everyone has four lines, but usually line one is full of all stars and line four is full of guys you'd rather not even put in there. But Brind'Amour goes just as much with line four as he does line one. So you don't get the standout play from three guys. And then if they have a cold series, you're toast like other teams.
Mhm,
Brind'Amour just concentrates with the other lines and gets the
mhm.
Stankoven line going or the whatever line, Jordan Staal line going. Um, at the end of the day, the depth played out to be the winning factor.
It's
And
exactly what you talked about.
that's
Mhm.
exactly what we thought was going to happen, and that is what happened.
So, what do you think this means to the city of Raleigh? You live there. I live in Charlotte. I will tell you, just being in Charlotte, the people here are Hurricanes fans. The
Yeah.
radio here, the sports radio, that's all they can talk about today. It's on every single local TV station. It's a big deal here too, but it's nothing like Raleigh. So, what does it mean to the city?
Raleigh's on fire. I mean, in a good way. I'm really proud of Raleigh because I haven't heard of any kind of problems. It's all just everyone hugging each other and watch parties everywhere.
I was so surprised how many watch parties all over
They
Raleigh.
were
Like
everywhere.
thousands of them.
In fact, I was going to try to take my boys last night to the one at the Lenovo Center, and it sold out in
Mhm.
like 20 minutes or something. So the Lenovo Center was sold out. There was Red Hat Amphitheater that was sold out. There were downtown Cary, downtown Raleigh watch parties, and then I took them to a local sports bar for a little bit, and then we came home to watch that last period, and we had a dog pile on the couch. We were all so excited, and it was pretty fun. I got that recorded, so that was fun. But yeah, it's really there's not a lot of sports in Raleigh, and there should be. And I think that this is demonstrating to hopefully the MLB people that
They asked
Raleigh
they asked
that
Dundon
Raleigh
about it. They asked him on ESPN, they asked him, "What do you think this does for your MLB prospects?" And he said, "It can't hurt." That's what he
yeah,
said. It
yeah.
can't hurt.
Well, on that note, another billionaire jumped in and said he wants to partner with Dundon on it. So there's plenty of money um, for the project, and Dundon
And
did say
he's shown
that
he can build a
Dundon
championship
said
franchise.
London said that they have a really good package put together. So I think that Raleigh is a serious contender. We go check out our episode on that. That was a really interesting one. But
Mhm.
nonetheless, back to Raleigh as a Keniac Nation is going crazy. Everywhere I go, they opened up. I heard on local radio they opened up Dick's Sporting Goods last night, like late night and sold everything they could, and then reopened early this morning, or off hours, and sold everything out. They're selling championship gear all over the place. People are getting their stuff. There's a big parade planned. I just got the parade route, and
Mhm.
it's going to be just a lot of fun. It brings a lot of energy. People are proud of this team. Not only do they love Rod Brind'Amour, he's like a hometown son. He married a girl from here and he loves it here and he's devoted to this area. But there are leaders on this team who've been around for all the ups and downs, and there have been some downs. It's been kind of ugly sometimes, but usually it's been really good seasons followed by disappointing losses in the playoffs. And every year we would talk about how we need one more scorer and our goaltending wasn't good enough. And so every year it was like that. And we would have some kind of weird disappointment where we'd run into Tampa or run into the Panthers at their height. And it's understandable. They were awesome teams. and we just always had some weaknesses. But yeah, it's really exciting to see us go over the top on this one, and to put all those demons to rest, so to speak, and all all the tweaks. Tulski's an amazing guy. Eric Tulski, I was looking him up. He has a BA in physics and chemistry from Harvard,
Mm-hmm.
and he also got his PhD from Berkeley
Mm-hmm.
in chemistry. And he then went on to work in Silicon Valley in nanotechnology,
Mm-hmm.
and he holds 27 patents. So this
Mm-hmm.
guy's literally a genius, and he totally understands the analytics side of hockey. And
Mm-hmm.
he's gotten rid of some guys who wanted a lot of money and who were really good players. And they're scattered around the league now on different teams. They're really good
Mm-hmm.
players. They're the stars on their teams, but they wanted money that didn't make sense. And he got rid of a lot of those guys. He brought in a lot of role players, and he hit home run after home run on all
Mm-hmm.
these guys.
True.
Hall,
He's so smart.
Stankoven, Hall, Stankoven,
Miller.
um, Ehlers, DeAndre, Keandre Miller, and just guy after guy after guy that became extremely
You
important to
don't
this
usually
team.
hit that many home runs. You don't, and he hit
I
a
know
bunch in a row. It's
he
wild.
did. And even when it looked like he made a mistake in bringing in Polsky brought in Mikko Rantanen, and then he had to immediately ship him off, and that ended up getting Stankoven, and it
Mm-hmm.
resulted in several trades that ended up getting us Keandre Miller, and it he got role players that were perfect when it made more sense. They were good values, so their salaries were economical, and they were the right guys to mesh together with no
Mm-hmm.
ego.
Yeah.
And they had enough talent and no ego and could join in on something special and make it go over the top. That's Tulski. Tulski did that with Brind'Amour coaching and Tulski GM. That's a great combo.
You notice that we played some ex-Carolina Hurricanes in every series in these playoffs. And
Yeah.
sometimes you have to ship guys out who are really good players, but for the mix of the team, maybe they don't make sense, or maybe you already have that position covered by three other guys, and so we played some great players through ex-Hurricanes, and there were reasons those transactions happened. And he just found the perfect mix, the perfect team, the deepest team we've ever had, and it just worked out perfectly. So,
Yeah.
you know who I'm the
It,
most excited about for this win of the Stanley Cup?
um,
No, number one is the people in the city of Raleigh. They support this team through thick
yeah.
and thin. When they're good, they're
Yeah.
bad. They love this team. They fill that arena every night. The Caniacs, I'm so pumped for them. Number two is Rod Brind'Amour. I mean, this is a guy,
Yeah.
he's only the second one to ever do it, to win a cup as a player and a coach. And to do it in the same city is pretty incredible. Next would be Jordan Staal, a little long in the tooth, very deep in his career.
Yeah.
Like you said, he may retire, he may come back. The fact that he was able to win the MVP and win this one. And then I look at guys like Aho and Svechnikov, who have stayed with this program for a decade, trying to bring the cup to the city. And I'm just so happy for all these really older guys who are kind of getting towards the end of their careers.
No question. All those guys you mentioned had a really important role, especially Brind'Amour and Stahl. But honestly, there's more guys than that. There's Kotkaniemi who came over. There's guys like Stankoven who are newly joined, but they're perfect fits. So a lot of the new guys fit in perfectly, and some of the older guys who've been around a long time, just sort of have that scar tissue from those losses,
Right.
and it just pushed them over the top.
And
But
guys like Ehlers and guys like Miller and these guys that came from other teams that, they had some playoff experience, but they just never were able to get there. And they were able to get there with the Carolina Hurricanes. So it's good stuff.
yeah, yeah,
You ready to go hit the highlights?
yeah, man.
Let's go see what the stats are. Here we go. In terms of the game last night, 3-0. I didn't see that coming. I never thought we would shut out the Vegas Knights in any of these games, no matter how tired they were. And we know they were tired. But any surprise there for you that they would close it out with a 3-0 victory?
Um, Not really. I felt like they were getting stronger and stronger as the nights were wearing down.
Hmm.
They started to wear down they started to wear down the Knights mentally and physically at the same time.
Hmm.
It's not that they're better than the Knights, it's that they're deeper than the Knights and they were wearing them out.
Hmm.
That's what I
Yeah.
think. I mean, they had some important guys out last night. The Knights did,
Mhm.
who were injured. They've had some injuries throughout, and they just don't have the depth to compete with what the Canes can do when they have an injury. They just keep going as if it never happened.
It's true. No, it's absolutely true. I was so impressed with this victory last night. Look at the game odds before the game. I thought this was kind of interesting. Vegas, every single game, the last four, the odds in Carolina's favor had been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, the odds makers, when they start to make you a heavy favorite in games, they can see what's coming. They saw
Hmm.
the same thing you and I are talking about. In terms of the stars of this game, Brandon Bussey, what an unbelievable effort again. 3 games in a row for Carolina. I mean, what a really nice young player he is and what a start he's gotten to his career. You want to give a quick anecdote about his playing time in Charlotte?
I know that Bussy was in the uh, minor leagues, and I know that he was really struggling, and that he was placed on waivers
Mm-hmm.
by another team, and it just his story is amazing.
He played for the Charlotte
He's
Checkers
like a
for a
movie.
while. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is incredible what he's been able to do from getting waived by a minor league team to now winning the Stanley Cup. And look at his save percentage in this game, 100%. So you can't get much better than that. So yeah, he was fantastic.
that's amazing.
Taylor Hall had a really nice
Yeah,
goal.
he was the points leader.
Jackson Blake had a goal and an assist in this game.
Yeah, that was a beautiful goal. Thankoven did a lot of the work there, just grinding along the boards, passed it out to Blake, got it back, passed it again, or passed it to Blake the second time, and Blake ripped it. Yeah. The first goal was Taylor Hall. What an amazing play by Slavin.
Hmm.
Slavin's my favorite Hurricane, and he just did an incredible defensive play, stealing the puck, taking it
Hmm.
away, and doing a long pass, and
Hmm.
got Hall full stride. And Hall um,
What a beautiful shot that was.
he
Oh my
beat
goodness.
Carter Hart glove side.
Yeah,
So
he did. I know.
that
We
that
didn't
doesn't
talk
happen
about
often.
we talked about Hall as one of the great additions to this team, but we didn't talk about Jackson Blake. He really has been great for this team too.
Yeah, yes,
They have so many role players. It's really amazing to
they
see
do.
how deep they are when one
And
guy
that
doesn't
really
step up.
speaks to Tulski's skills as
It's true.
a depth um, evaluator. I mean, look at Bussy. He was on waivers, in the minors. Like
Mhm.
they found this guy that ended up being the guy that helped them win the Stanley Cup. Like
It's true.
that's awesome. And they've done a lot of work on guys that were asking for too much money. They got shipped out. Brought in guys that wanted to be a part of this special thing, and it's just fantastic teamwork in the front office before you even touch the ice. They
Mhm.
they just did
True.
such a good job. Yeah.
This was interesting. The Hurricanes won 23-22 on shots. Like you said, the Vegas Knights felt like being physical was their way to victory in this series, and
Mhm.
they did have more hits. But Carolina,
Yeah,
over
but
the
not
course of the
dramatically.
series, were able to
Yeah.
narrow that gap a lot
Hmm.
and get it down to
Hmm.
where it was basically break even. The
Yeah.
other reason I thought Jordan Staal, not only did he have a couple of really big goals in this series, but he was so good on the face-off. I mean, he was just deadly on the face-off, and he really caused a huge advantage for the Hurricanes in face-off percentage. When you looked
That
at
was
all
one of
over.
the biggest advantages, the
Yeah,
face-off.
yeah,
It
it's
it,
really
it
exciting.
controlled possession quite a lot.
That's right.
Yeah.
Any other stats you want to call out here from team stat perspective?
I think the closing of the gap on the physicality, while our depth was making it so that we were grinding them down and we were winning most of the face-offs. Uh,
Mhm,
I can't remember what Stahl's win percentage on face-offs, but it was something like 77% or
mhm.
something. It was tremendous.
You know,
I think those were the biggest factors.
I noticed this attendance in Vegas was 18,354. I don't know what the number is in Carolina, but I noticed, and actually the announcers were noticing, they were incredibly loud the first 10 minutes of the game. And then he said
Yes.
he was used to going to Knights games and they're very loud and very boisterous. And he said they were basically a dead crowd in period two and period three. It's like they knew what was
This
happening.
the
They were
anxiety
completely
of it.
quiet. He said you could hear a pin drop.
You know,
And
you
that's
know what?
surprising.
PK Subban was talking about it. He said the Hurricanes were placed under pressure in games three, four, that kind of thing, where they started to head towards elimination. They started to let it slip away. Even on game one, where they lost it at home, that's a
Mhm.
bad way to start. Um,
It is.
the Canes survived that and kept the crowd in it and kept the anxiety level from getting to where the crowd's out of it, right? But once we got to 3-2, I mean, what was it? Yeah, once we got to 3-2 and the pressure was on the Knights, the crowd was anxious and you could feel it. You could feel that they were just sort
I
of like
mean,
on the edge of their seats. They
you
weren't
remember we
super
went to
loud.
a game. We went to a game in what they call Knights Castle there, and it
Yeah,
was
it was awesome.
boisterous the entire time. It was an
Yeah, it
amazing
was.
atmosphere. So for the Hurricanes to have quieted this crowd down, where you could hear a pin drop in period two and period three, that's how anxious these fans were,
Yeah.
and they just were very quiet. I think they kind of knew what was happening. They knew this was essentially ending their run. So that was really surprising for me. I did like the comment after the game about if you're not going to win it at home, the best place to win it is in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they
I
were
think they must have gone
joking
crazy.
joking about what happened to that trophy overnight in Vegas and where did it go and what are the things that happened to it and there's things we probably shouldn't know and all that.
Whatever happens to the trophy in Vegas stays in
Stays
Vegas.
in Vegas.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you know, Tom, that I mean, this remarkable run by Rod Brind'Amour, he's such an important part of this organization. Did you know that uh there have been 179 Carolina Hurricanes games played in the playoffs,
hmm
and he's been a part of 177 of them.
I did see that. Yep.
That's incredible.
It's really incredible. It is.
Yeah, it
So
is.
looking back at the series, you mentioned game one, 5-4, being kind of a wake-up call for the Canes, especially that game was in Raleigh. And
Yeah, that was a bad way to start. Bad
everyone kind of
start.
took a big breath. I wasn't overly worried. I was a little worried, but not
I was
overly
a little
worried.
worried because even game two didn't look pretty. Game two wasn't great, and
Mhm.
we squeaked out an overtime win, but it was um, not great. In fact, Tortorella challenging the goalie interference ended up creating a penalty where we got a goal. I think that was a mistake that cost them that game. I think they
Mhm.
might have won it. Um, and I think that was really kind of devastating for them. But
Yeah, I
you know
agree.
what? The hits came back strong for the Canes wanted that one,
They
and
did
it
want
was
that one. They
25 to
did.
46 in favor of the Canes there.
You remember we did
They,
an instant reaction after that game, and we talked
yeah,
about how important we thought it was that they win that game.
yeah.
They could not lose two games at home. The next game, though, was the one that you think changed the series.
It was the
And
turning point.
I agree with you, but at the time it
Yeah,
happened, I was so devastated by that goal in overtime that I thought to myself, this could do the same thing to the Canes that I thought game two had done to the Knights. I was really worried that they would have a fall off because they were just so devastated by that loss. Instead of that, they came back and put in an incredible game four performance, one of their better games of the series. They really controlled that game and were really impressive. And that was, for me, I thought kind of the beginning of the end for the Golden Knights. They started to look worn down and kind of
I think
unable to
game
figure
three
out how to deal with the Canes.
game three bringing Bussy in, igniting the team, the huge comeback, 3 goals in 39 seconds, um, fastest in history. Uh, and they almost won and then went to double overtime. This was in Remember, this was in Vegas. So losing on the road is not devastating.
Mm-hmm.
But to come back and to show the opponent that we're never going to quit, even when you have us down 4-0, I think that broke their will. I really do. And then after that, the Canes came out hard, won, and then
I mean, they really
that
were
was game
impressive
four.
in 4, 5, and 6. I mean, if you really look at the
Yeah.
stats, you look the way they played, the Hurricanes
And
were.
and I think the turning point was game three, and then four, five, and six all had a similar pattern, which was the Canes sort of dominating possession, dominating shots, and they stopped giving up a lot of the defensive errors and mistakes and
Mhm.
and breakaways. And Bussy was playing out of his mind.
And I
The
thought they were
confidence level was rising.
cross checking and back checking really well compared to early in the series. They really were just frustrating the heck out of the Knights.
Yeah.
So,
What's interesting? The PK Subban said Bussy is a break dancer, not a ballroom dancer. And what did he mean by that? Pretty simple. Bussy does a lot of physical saves. He said, but the most important part about Bussy is he's ready for saves two, three, and four right in a row. Anderson might do a save and give a rebound, and then that might get poked in.
mhm,
Bussy's ready to save that thing four straight times if necessary, and stone the attempt
mhm.
until the danger passes. So that's what he means by that. He's a break dancer, not a ballroom dancer. It's not as beautiful, but he'll just bow up and just block and block and block until his guys can get there to save it, to get the puck out
Yeah.
of there. So
I
I
also
think that
noticed
was the
Bussy
difference.
is very fired up when he makes a big save. Like when there's a break, he gets
Mhm.
kind of emotional and gets kind of fired up, and he kind of slaps both pipes. And I don't know, he
Yeah,
has an emotional element to him when he's in the zone. Where
yeah.
pretty fun to watch.
He's technically a rookie, but he's 27. He's been in the minors for a while, so he's not like a rookie that you would think of. So he's got like the youthfulness still a little bit, but he's got the experience of he had a really good season
And
while
then when you
Freddie
see him
Anderson was
interviewed,
hurt a lot,
yeah.
and he was hurt a lot this year, and so it really got Bussy ready for this run.
And then when you see him interviewed, you just can't believe he's a hockey goalie. He just does not seem like one at all.
Yeah.
He seems like a computer programmer or something. It's really
Yeah,
pretty
except
wild.
he's a big guy,
Yeah, he
and
is.
he's a big guy, and he really is pretty athletic. So,
So let's
it
close
comes
this out
across.
with the awards. Of course, Carolina Hurricanes captain Jordan Staal won the 2026 Conn Smythe Trophy, which is the MVP of the Stanley Cup playoffs. So what an incredible honor for him. I think he deserved it. He was fantastic.
Yeah,
At 37 years old, Staal became the oldest player to win the award ever, posting 12 points and nearly 70% face-off win rate. You just think about that, Rob. He's playing really good players, 70%
yeah,
face-off win rate.
yeah.
So,
That's what I'm saying.
what's your take on Stahl being the Conn Smythe winner?
I mean, he deserved it. He was so valuable, and he was a grinder. He wasn't flashy. A lot of the players who had to play against him would probably tell you how important he was, but the truth is, I don't think a lot of the public knows how much he was doing on the defensive end. Not only was he on power plays, on penalty kill, but he was winning faceoffs at a tremendous clip. And every single game, I think it was, I looked, I believe it was every single game we won the faceoff battle. There might have been one where we didn't, but I've got
Mhm.
them here. Anyway, the Hurricanes won most faceoffs, and that
Mhm.
was huge in terms of keeping possession. And that was a lot because of Stahl. And so
Right.
Stahl did a tremendous job on the defensive end. He was physical. The whole playoff run started against the Ottawa when he dropped the gloves right at the opening puck drop, and he went right at Brady Tkachuk, and that set the tone. And as a captain, you set the tone. And he fought Tkachuk, and they both went to the box, and it let the Senators know that Canes aren't just going to get run over.
It's
They're
true.
going to not be fast and delicate, but they're going to be physical. And so this team was different. This team was
It's
different. A
true.
lot of it had to do with Stahl took it to another level, and they Stahl had a tremendous offensive performance as well, and they
Mhm.
couldn't handle him. I mean,
Do you think
they were.
If Bussy had played all 7 games and he had played like that, do you think he could have been a candidate for this trophy? I think it's possible.
I don't.
If he had
Yeah,
played
I
that
mean,
well for
yes and
seven
no.
games.
I don't think he could beat out what Staal was doing. Staal was contributing on the offensive and defensive end, and was just a problem. He was a
Yeah.
huge problem.
He gave them so
Physically,
many extra possessions too with the faceoffs. So
faceoffs, he was
yeah.
giving extra possessions. Defensively, he was forechecking and he was all over the place. He was out skating the defenders that were put on him a lot of
Yeah.
the time. And he was getting in front of the goal and they couldn't move him off there and he was tipping pucks in. And it was really a problem for Carter Hart, who had an amazing season and amazing playoffs.
Yeah.
He looked unbeatable, and it just as the series went
He,
on, he looked more and more vulnerable. He
he
was
looked
giving up,
tired too. He
yeah, he
looked
looked
tired.
tired, and also
Mhm.
like I can't stop these guys. And he was giving up 4 goals a game, and they started asking the coach about when do you pull him out and all that, and you don't hear that from goalies that are doing a good job, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah.
So other playoff specific awards, the Prince of Wales Trophy goes to the Hurricanes for winning the Eastern Conference. The Clarence S. Campbell Bowl Award goes to the Golden Knights for winning the Western Conference. So I thought that was
Mhm.
interesting. That's the name of
They had a
those
great season.
two trophies. Some other annual awards, the Ted Lindsay Award, Most Outstanding Player, kind of like the season MVP for the regular season, goes to Connor McDavid of the Oilers. He's
Hmm.
won 2 out of the last 3. And every time I see that name, I can't really argue with it, but I just keep thinking to myself, Robbie, this team is supposed to win a cup and never does. Do you think the Oilers will ever get over the hump when they have all this talent?
I think if they had Eric Tulsky, they would. And I mean that seriously. I think he could build a team around that level of talent that is
Mhm.
gritty and has the selfless, grinding role players. And I don't think they currently have all that. I think they've
Mhm.
got, McDavid and Draisaitl, and then they don't have as many role players as they need, the depth that they need to go up there in a long series.
Probably right.
If so
I mean, if they had played a team like the Hurricanes that were so deep, yeah, it would have really shown.
they
The
would have won out.
Frank J. Selke Award for the best defensive forward went to Nick Suzuki, who
Mhm.
as the Hurricanes played in the previous round of the Montreal Canadiens. He had a fantastic year, and
It
so
was
did the
awesome.
Canadiens. Yeah, so he's a really great player. Sportsmanship Award went to Cole Caulfield, also with Montreal. So they really kind of cleaned up in the awards ceremonies this year. And then, of course, we already mentioned the Jordan Staal win.
I thought it
The
was
only
really
other
cool that Stahl handed the Conn Smythe straight to Freddie Anderson.
that was
The
great.
first person he took it to
That
was
was
the
really great.
goalie that got pulled because he knows that it took both goalies to get this done.
And you see the great scene behind you, the guys celebrating. I was getting choked up. It's so fun to watch these guys. They work so hard all year, and then they have 40 more games to play to get this
Yeah,
cup. And
I know.
they're crying and they're emotional. I did notice Bussy went over and gave Anderson a big hug, and I thought that was great. I think when you
Yeah,
have
and
a solidified goalie room.
they have a third goalie who's really good, Pyotr Kochekov,
Hmm.
who's been very solid, has played a lot of games, and has occasionally started. And he's really a fan favorite also. So they have 3 really good goalies, and they needed 2 of them.
Hmm.
And actually, when Anderson got pulled out, he became the third goalie, and Kochekov became the backup.
Hmm.
So that was interesting. They really wanted Freddie to rest because he was kind of injured a little bit. He had a knee problem and he had taken a concussion. So
Well, all I can say is I am so pumped. I've been on cloud nine all day. I know you have too.
oh yeah,
Congratulations to the Hurricanes. We wanted to bring this episode to you tonight, guys, because we wanted to really break down the series, break down the game last night, break down who we thought were the major contributors this year. Congratulate the city of Raleigh, and Rob and I are going to be going to a parade on Saturday, so we're really pumped. So, guys,
yeah, we're so excited.
Drop us a comment what you thought of this Stanley Cup hockey series and the season overall. And just remember this season coming off an incredible situation with the USA winning gold over Canada in the Olympics. So, Rob, let's do final thought on what you thought of the season overall and how you thought the Olympics might have played into how great a season it was.
It was just really exciting to see guys like Slavin who were working so hard all the last many seasons. Jordan Staal getting his flowers, so to speak, and Rod Brind'Amour showing that his system can work and that they're not just a regular season team, but that they're full of grinding, tough,
Mhm.
team-oriented guys that are all looking out for each other. And really, it was a really exciting run, and I'll never forget it.
And the Olympic run was so historic too. It's almost like we have three teams now because we grew up Washington Capitals fans. So I still root
Mm.
for Ovechkin and Capitals. I've adopted the Carolina Hurricanes because I've lived in North Carolina for 29 years. And then we have this other team now called Team USA. And now I follow, Quinn Hughes and Jack Hughes and all those guys we got to know in the Olympics. We all
Czech
came to
brothers.
love. Yeah. And Kachuk brothers, and now we get to follow them all across the NHL too, as they brought us gold this year. So that's kind of fun.
Mm. Yeah, it was cool.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining tonight. Congrats, Hurricanes, and like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll be coming to you later in the week with some more weekend update topics, and then on Thursday we're going to have a special World Cup update. We're going to go over all of the results from the first week of the tournament, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So look for that.
Let's go, Canes. Good job. Well done. Thanks for getting it done for us. We were going crazy, and hopefully you can feel it at that parade.
Yep,
Have a good
absolutely.
one.
Take care, guys. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.